Alright, wow, that actually worked. I've done this much more. Close. Okay, we're just gonna get rid of all of this disaster. Okay, gotta make sure this is all going somewhat well. Yada yada yada. Oh man, this is so weird. Okay, since I'm pretty sure this could turn to a video, like an archive video. Anyways, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is the first for everything. Um, yes, let's just try this out and see what happens, cause definitely to me a new experience. I can say that much. Okay, so I guess a quick little introduction of who I am, what I'm about. Um, I'm a bit of a nerd. Like, I can't lie. I love playing games. I love VR in particular. And I also love. Also, sorry, I'm in a cobblestone thing. That's such a bummer. I should have taken care of that before I even started streaming. But anyway, um, but yeah. So I like the game. Do all that. Ooh, you know what? Here, I'm gonna do something. Oh my god, my controller's full of garbage. Here, I'm gonna be like everyone else. Okay, this is how to be a Minecraft streamer and YouTuber, right? Okay, so I like to play games. I'm really into VR, and I'm also a college student. I'm currently studying for sports medicine and rehabilitational sciences, so I'm definitely I'm quite the nerd. I can say that much. I kind of just the reason why I'm doing this right now, and the reason why I'm streaming is because I just kind of want to show everyone what's beyond that window right there, which you can kind of get already. But also, major shout out to wrong thing to Foxy Studios for this Luminous Dreams pack. It is so amazing. At least I think so. I think that if you guys have like I think it's like $5. If you guys have $5, you should go support them because they definitely deserve it. I don't have any things enabled. Like I don't have any way for people to donate because for now I just don't care. I wanna build up I wanna try to build up something, and maybe one day I might turn streaming on or like revenue on because I wouldn't mind trying to make this a bit of a living of mine. You know what I mean? And that would also kind of help me throughout college and support my endeavors. But so this is the tiered city. This is something that I've been working on for over 8 years of my life at this point, and I really want to share it with everyone instead of just myself, like I've been doing for the past 8 years. And I think my world's finally at a point where it's like I can start accepting that, like, it's getting close to. Well, I wouldn't say it's getting close to its end. There's so much more I want to do. So like, it's never ending. Mainly this video is probably gonna be like a little bit of a tour and also maybe a little bit of villager breeding because I need to deal with all of them and I just don't want to do it. There's so much to do. Okay, so here we're gonna do this. Never mind. We're just gonna come down here. Whee! Okay, I forgot. I'm also okay. Okay, so if someone were to ever join this world, you start off here because this is where spawn is. And this is a nod to a VR game I used to play called Zenith the Last City, called the Nexus District. So I call my city the Nexus City. And the funny thing about this is, it's kind of like Zenith a little bit, where it's like mainly the top part because it's like the tiered city look. But so this is the very beginning of the world. This is the Nexus City, and I wrote that it awaits for you. When you come out, granted, most of my buildings are facades for now. I do plan on building the rest of them. I just wanted to get the main look in there. You know what I mean? But anyways, so when you come out from spawn back here, you walk out, You have this nice little garden area. You also have my amazing cat Sebastian, which he's still around for now. He's getting really old, and we're soon to put him down because he had so many heart like he has like a lot of heart complications. He had stuff go wrong with his bladder, all that other fun stuff, and it's well not fun stuff, but you know what I mean. Like he's been through a lot, and every single day that he's around is just another miracle. But he's you know like life, or I should say, as in life, he's not doing well anymore. So the time that we have left with him is very special, and he's going to be a huge monumental figure within this world to come. I plan on giving him quite the substantial place within this city. So, but there's one Sebastian that sits here. He just kind of chills and hangs out at the bench when you first float in. Anyways, so yeah, you have like this little like park area here. I decided, okay, I'll explain these buildings first. So, this was the first one I decided to build, kind of like the main like spawn area. You have this building here, which I still have to work on, but this is only my friend Oaks' building. And I do have friends that play on this world every once in a while, but they don't build. I'm literally the only one to build, so basically everything you see here has come out of my mind in somehow, or what, in some shape or form. So, but as far as this little green building here, it's literally just a facade. Well, it's not a facade, it actually is built up in the back. It's kind of like that one. You can see there's a back there, but there's the hill slash mountain in there. So, like, same thing with the spruce one there. So, it's definitely, they're not all facades like this one, but, basically it's like an empty hollow building. But, anyways, so this one's only for my friend Oaks. This one is just a basically like just kind of like a little like buffer in between the two buildings, so in that way it looks like there's like I put it like recessed back in, and that way it looks like there's a lot of depth going on, even though I guess there is some decent depth there. I mean it's pretty far back. Yeah, it's a good few blocks back. But anyways, yeah. Basically, I just want to give like some depth, some like make it look like like there's a lot more going on than there actually is. Um, you have this really weird brown angled building, and then that's going to be going into this building, which I still have to decorate most of this, but this building here is going to eventually have a dark prismarine roof, and it's going to basically be a kind of like a tram station, hence why there's this massive uh, kind of like rail system that's going up top here. It's kind of would be easier to show you if I got up there, but for now, there is like a rail station up there. You have all the little lamp posts going all the way down, and then it just goes all the way over there, but that's kind of spoiling some more stuff. Anyways, so you have a little fountain, you have some foliage, some flowers, obviously, you have some paths going all around the place. You got a little dog park here. I want to add more stuff to it. I don't know what to add per se. I got my sulfur cubes here. I always had two of them just because kind of look like like balls that like a dog would like be like messing around with. I should add more dogs than just one, but either way. So you have this building here, which is literally just a building. It's just a facade. It's just a building. It has no significance. It's just a copper-faced building, or I should say a weathered copper-faced building. And yeah, that's about it for that one. That one's not really that important. This one, on the other hand, is really important. Granted, again, I need to detail it and add windows like I do to most of my buildings here. But this building here, as you can see, has the yellow, the orange, has the honey blocks, the shroom light, the yellow terracotta. And that's because when you walk, also I need to do an entrance here, but whatever. But that's because when we walk inside here, you have bees. And since unfortunately wax is super valuable to me right now, I decided that I was going to make this little like pseudo sort of bee thing. Granted, is it optimized? Absolutely not. I play on Bedrock, and Bedrock farming is really difficult. I've tried so many times to make farms, and I I can't do it. I'm so bad at making bedrock farms. It's actually kind of laughable. So maybe one day I'll I'll torture myself and make everyone laugh at how bad I am at this game sometimes. At least in Bedrock. I do play Java as well. I do play modded Java, but like vanilla based Minecraft, I normally just play on Bedrock. I just got last year's for the beeswax. And now I know this might be a little bit of an obscure reference, and I might actually stream that one day too. But this kind of reminds me of the one modded level in Celeste for Strawberry Jam. I forget I forget what it's called though, but the one with the bees when you're like I think it's in the inter. I know there's one for the advanced lobby, but there's also one for the intermediate lobby, and that's the one that reminds me of the most. Anyways, bit of an obscure reference, but whatever. Okay, so cool thing is there is a building. This building here, actually, I'm gonna save this one for last because that one actually has importance. Also, my cattails. You got my cattails, some sugarcane. Got a little pond here. So basically, this pond, if you look at it, it looks kind of peculiar with the way it's dug out. That's because right above there, I basically just ripped a floating island from this area and just put it up there. And I decided that instead of covering this hole up with something boring, I was just going to fill it up with water. And then I was just going to rip the island up. I do want to decorate around here a little bit more and do some more like, some more like, terraining and all that fun stuff. I really hate Endermen. They always ruin everything I do and they drive me nuts. Anyways, um, yeah, so these buildings here, they're just facades. They're nothing of importance. The moon here, I'm gonna get rid of this because I don't know what I was doing here, but that just does not look good. Um, the moon here, I had significance for it. I don't know if I still do. I kind of forgot what I was even trying to do. It's been a little bit. I slept since then, unfortunately. But yeah. There's a little moon thing. I saw someone build this, and I forget who built it. But I was like, oh, that's so cool. They did for a lamppost. If you ever find someone with a lamppost design with like this type of moon, and I think they have like a end rod or a lantern hanging from here, give them Lovin's work. As man, I saw that and I'm like, that is so cool. So I went through all the design because that was pretty. Anyways, but you got more buildings, more buildings. I'm pretty sure I saw this somewhere too, and I was like, I gotta replicate that. So I just don't remember who the heck. I just remember who I seen this stuff from. Like it's so bad I can't remember. But I know I kind of took that design and kind of did it my own. This one's pretty similar. Really just changed the height of the white part and also kind of the roofing there. I put that black trim and then also this red banister here. I changed that because the thing is, I would have never, honest to God, I would have never thought in a million years to use just glass and then split it with trapdoors to make like the separation of the window planes. I would have never thought of that. So whoever thought that, they were definitely quite the genius for that. I legitimately forget everything that I've like. There's not much that I've like taken from like. Oh, I wouldn't say I've taken, but like you know what I mean. Like I wouldn't say I've used much from others. A lot of this just comes from the dome. But there are a few things that I do, and I should start actually labeling things that I use from other people, like other people's designs, because it's like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like I should label their I should put like their name on like whatever and like cement them in our world. But now this one, I definitely took this design from someone because I can't build farms for my life. This was from the YouTuber Silent Whisper. So Silent Whisper had made a amazing, and I don't know if it was just him, probably someone else, but I saw it from Silent Whisper, so I'll say that he's the one that I got this from. But also, this is just because I needed infinite water, but that's besides the point. I'm gonna get rid of these because they're driving me nuts. Um, sure, why not? Don't want that. Okay. So, this design's amazing. So, you have the allies in here, which is also the reason why over here in this building, where are they? There they are. That's why there's allies over here. Because I had to breed them, and I had to bring them from like 8,000 blocks away, and I wanted to cry the entire time I had to do that. But with that being said, the cool thing about this is, you light the allies on fire, which sounds horrid, and you splash them with infestation, and all of a sudden, out comes a billion and one pufferfish. I can't believe I just said pufferfish, silverfish. And so what I have in there is I have 2 arrows of instant damage, and since they one-shot the pufferfish and they're perpetually bouncing up and down in a water column, the arrows don't get used, and since they one-shot the silverfish, they don't get used up on that mob or entity. So basically, it continues to kill them over and over and over again, and this will last me for 3 minutes. So if I just come over here, stand here, bam, I don't have mending on that one, and boom. And basically, all of my stuff is healed up. I need to get mending on my spear because man, I love doing all that. But yeah, that's the reason why I also have 222 levels now. But with that being said, I really don't want to sit here and wait for this thing to just go off. I kind of just like threw myself into a corner, haven't I now? Ugh. Okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna waste it a little bit. All right, so you flip that. You. Okay, so I know it's kind of hard to see, but thankfully this pack kind of helps out. So if you see that like that weird like white shadow there, that means that the water's still there. So you can flip that again, and now the water's gone. I did not mean to do that. There we go. You also just check in here too for the water bucket, but either way. So that's my EXP farm, and that's the only farm that I actually have on this world that actually functions and works. I also got copper golems just walking all around. I think they're so cute. They have absolutely no purpose. They don't serve a purpose. They do nothing. They just look cute, and that's good enough for me in this world. But anyway, so we're gonna head over here, and we're gonna go look at. Actually, here I'll do this first. Don't mind all the holes that these freaking Endermen keep torturing me with. Like, oh my god, I can't even go two seconds without having holes punched into this terrain. And also, the reason why this looks a little weird, because it's like really geometrical, or I would say like geometrical, but like it's very like I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but like this will not stay this way. I just have it like this because it made life a little bit easier for me to figure out what else I'm doing. So basically, the city will end, well, at least the normal part of the city. So like the normal buildings. Also, this is the tram station. Well, not tram station, the tram tracks. So you have the little etched in pathway here. You have the lamp post going all the way down, and eventually would lead into the tram station itself, which is this building. But yeah, but basically the regular looking city, that's like a normal, so to say, looking city, all of that is going to go all the way around down here. So I'm gonna go back that way. I don't really want to show something that's over there right now. I'm gonna go explain that, but it's also gonna come from over there to over here, and then also it's gonna wrap up in here, and then that'll be the end of that. I'm gonna have to give a story time on that in a different day, because that's just a disaster. Anyway, you have my pet, or well, not my pet. You have my friend's pet, the little baby fox. She would understand this reference. I'm so sorry. I have to give the reference only because she'll know it. No one else will get it, and that's fine. But I'm glad she'll get it. Though the fox isn't named this, between me and her, we can name the fox George. Uh, I'm so glad to have met the people I've met along my journey so far in life. Anyways, um, okay. So the thing that I really want to show you, super proud of, is this right here. So this gigantic behemoth of a sword is from the game that I was mentioning about earlier called Zenith. So Zenith was a ooh, sorry, I just had to yawn and I just died a little bit. So Zenith was an MMO for VR, and it has had its ups and downs, and you know, I don't blame the devs because I get it, especially for VR, you're already working in a niche. You're already working in a very, very niche field of gaming, yada yada, and it's really not. It sounds like the most popular thing, and I'm sure because so let me just make this simple and short, okay? So Zenith ended up closing its servers down not too long ago, and the reason why they did that was because there was not enough revenue, and you know well, not revenue. Revenue, I guess, wasn't the problem. It was player retention. My bad. I'm sorry. It was player retention they were having a problem with. I'm sure the revenue wasn't great either, because if you're not having, if you're losing player retention and you're not gaining more than you're losing, you're also losing revenue. Though, granted, they got a lot of money from the Kickstarter, but it wasn't it wasn't good enough to keep the game running and to keep its development running. And it's really upsetting to me because I used to spend the better part of most of my days playing Zenith. Zenith was such a love of mine that no one will ever fully understand. This game meant so much to me, and I know it meant so much to others. And this was during a time when COVID was the thing. So we were playing Zenith, everyone was playing Zenith together, a lot of my online friends, and granted we were still friends even after the fact, which is more than I could ever ask for and dream of. But the cool thing is, um, the sweetest part about it is just the fact that it's this game brought so many people together in so many new ways, and man, at one point it felt like Zenith was home. It felt like you'd be able to put that headset on, and it felt like you weren't just playing as a character. It felt like you were the character, and it was such an amazing experience. So my heart and love will always be with Zenith. So anyways, that's a little bit of the background of Zenith as the game. This was a legendary sword that the class the Blade Masters could get, and honestly, it was such a pretty sword, and I needed to add it to my world. Eventually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a giant. So I'll spoil a little bit of the lore that'll come one day, just because I am not having you shoot me. Get out of here. There we go. Anyway, so basically one day I'm gonna have a giant stone colossus or some type of colossus come over, and it's gonna rip this sword straight out of this pond. And yes, this sword does go all the way down to down here. At the lowest point of the pond. Unfortunately, it's not even. I know if that triggers you and your OCD, don't worry, it triggers mine too. I wish I would have done that a little bit differently, but I didn't think of that. So here we are. Anyway, but yeah, so and also I don't feel like moving all of that over one block. I'm crazy. I probably would do that. How is bro? How? Oh God. Why? Why can I ever play and not be left alone in peace? Anyway, um, so yeah, so I could move it over one block. I'm crazy enough. I mean, it's not like I'm not crazy, but yeah. So I would in theory move this over by one block, but I'm too lazy to do it, so I'm not doing that. Anyways, so this giant stone colossus is gonna come. It's gonna rip the sword out from the man-made pond here. And what that's going to do is that's going to lead into what I'm going to show you guys next, which is down below. But yeah, basically this is going to do something really, really significant for what's down beneath, and it's going to be one of the final things I do in this world. And I know that sounds like I kind of finishing this world soon, That's not happening. It's gonna take me probably a good old 20 more years or so to finish this world. So it's gonna be a very, very long journey, even though it's been like 8 years already. Anyway, also you got the little puffer fish flying out from the pool, which is kind of the whole thing with the moon. I wanted to like kind of symbolize that like certain things in my world are like frozen in time, where like time stopped moving. You know what I mean? And so these jellyfish just floating out from the pond is kind of going to be like symbolizing that time has basically just frozen still. But okay, you know what? Here, before I show you that, I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna stop over here, maybe. Yeah, this works. Come on, or not. Okay, no, I can't. So okay, there we go. So this building here, it's already on a scale so much larger than anything else I've ever built, as far as like a single building is concerned, because this isn't just going to be a normal building. This is going to be a massive skyscraper. And the reason why is because I just wanted to build a massive skyscraper. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to feel about it towering over everything like this, but you know, I guess it's something to get used to. So I don't know if I want this to be the only skyscraper and have it as like like its own monumental thing, or I guess I can add a poll on my YouTube channel. But I don't know if I should add two or three more skyscrapers to coincide with this one. That way, it's like basically like this is like the place to be. Like like the billionaires row, and like I think it's New York City, where you have like all mega skyscrapers, and they're all worth like tens of millions of dollars. And don't even get me started on all that, because I think that's just ridiculous. But anyways, something like that with its significance, like its grandeur. You know what I mean? But so the thing is, basically, from this building here, it's just gonna be like a hotel for anyone who joins my world. So like, if you just join my world and you don't want to like play on it, if you want a room to at least have in my world, basically I'll give you a room in the hotel, and this is just gonna be like a massive hotel. So that's kind of its importance. There's gonna be more to come. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't know if I want like a few more giant skyscrapers, because if I do like two or three more, there's probably gonna be like one like over here in this corner that barely misses the rest of that city, or that portion of the city. And also, I don't know how to feel about the gardens. I'll show you that, but I'm definitely probably gonna change some things around with this area here. Anyways, but there's probably like a giant skyscraper like this, like maybe over here in this corner, maybe in the middle, and maybe over there. I don't. So maybe actually, maybe like three to four, maybe like maybe three to four more giant skyscrapers, and that'll kind of be the end for the skyscrapers, and they'll all be in this corner. But like, I don't know if that's what I should do, and I should make like, I'm not gonna make like a giant like grand fountain here and make it like this beautiful plaza and all this stuff. I'm thinking of doing it like that, but I don't know. So you guys gotta let me know on that one, because I don't know, and I kind of need answers for that. But yeah, this skyscraper is definitely quite large in comparison. Um. Anyway, so with that being said, I'm gonna show you guys the thing that I've been working on the most recently, and that's down here. So this kind of ties into the holding of the sword. Obviously, you can see there's a lot of stuff lying down out here. And you got the villagers. Oh my god. Also, I thought it was so funny. I don't know why, when I saw this, I thought this reminded me of like Star Wars here, and the Imperial March with all the stormtroopers lined up. I could just imagine the villagers here going dun 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 dun. It was so funny. I don't know why. As soon as I thought it popped up in my head, I'm like, oh my god, this is so perfect. But anyways, so I've done a lot of this. But my friends, mainly my friends Oak and goes by the name of Pandemonium on Minecraft. I don't know why. It is what it is. But anyways, so his name is Pandemonium or Duck. I will probably call him Duck because that's just the way I know him. Oh my God! It's another Sebastian, and I don't have fish. No. Okay, hold up. I can do this. Guys, I'm good at this. We're gonna take a small detour. I'm sorry. Oh, come on. Please tell me. No, but wait. Wait. There's fishermen. Yeah. Okay. Cooked fish? Who wants cooked fish? I want fish. Fish, I tell you. Fish. What do you mean cooked fish? Oh, please don't despawn. I think you'll despawn. Because my fish is far away. Oh no. Oh boy. I don't know how I want to do this. Hi, Wild Sebastian. Also, there's also another one here. Also, I know this cat also is like, I know it was like for Scar and for Jelly, but like, man, if y'all saw my cat in real life, Sebastian, him and Jelly, I guess those two looked so like it wasn't even funny. This isn't going to work because I can't really necessarily bring you with me. I'm sorry, kitty cat. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna hook you onto this boat. There we go. Oh, fingers crossed. I don't lose Sebastian down here. I will literally be so upset. I need to go get food. Okay, I'm sorry, you're gonna be seeing more of my world than I wanted you to see for now. Like, I wasn't expecting for a cat to be here. So this is my sushi bar, in the gardens, portion of, like, the tiered city, but that's besides the point. Yes, I'm very methodical. I hate myself so much sometimes for the way that I do things, but I do them that way because it's me, so unfortunately, I have to get used to that. I hope I did not just knock that horse off, I swear. I don't know if I did or I didn't, and that's a problem. Anyway, oh boy. Oh boy, I feel like I might have just made a mistake. Okay, please. Oh, oh my god. I got him! I'm so happy. Oh, wait. Oh, please don't tell me it's gonna spawn the people. Oh my god, I wanna cry. Tears of so much happiness and joy. Sit down, baby Sebastian. And adult Sebastian. I will be right back with a. It's a dandelion, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so hold up, I can do this. Do we have gold down here? Yeah, we do. Okay. I think I have a dandelion. I'm sorry, I keep yawning. I can't help it. Sure, why not? I'll just make a lot of good nuggets and irritate my friend Josh. Yeah, man, he's gonna be so annoyed with me after that one. I'm just taking up inventory, or I'm just taking up like space for no good reason. Anyways, yeah, just 'cause I want to do it before he screws up. Boom. That really didn't work. Also, yeah, you gotta love how I did this. You have what used to be like the normal terrain down here until I completely terraformed it, and that's also another thing. You have all the sand and gravel and all that stuff for like the man-made pond, all done up with all this cobblestone. So it's like a layer of cobblestone underneath the sand, the gravel, and all that fun stuff. So trust me, guys, I've put in quite the amount of work for this world. Oh man, that's something else I need to do too. So one day I need to. I see a damn. Ooh, I see a damn down here, making life even easier. Okay, So yeah, what I was gonna say was I plan on one day trying to get all the music discs too. Um, I was at the whatchamacallit, I was at the Sulfur Caves, but like I oh, it's because I don't have um. My whole point of sometimes I can be actually dumb. I was wondering why I couldn't do that right away, and that's not having food would explain it. Anyways, you know, I was at the Sulfur Cave, so it's kind of hard. You can't see from back here. Anyways, but I did put in the potent sulfur and make I made geysers for the smokestacks that I have up in the city. But yeah. Anyway, where was I getting at with that? Oh yeah, so I did go to the Sulfur Caves, and there was a mine shaft there. I did the weird glitch where like if you brought a minecart chest to the Sulfur Cave that was outside of a Sulfur Cave biome, that it would like, you know, then trick the loot tables into thinking that I'm sorry, okay, I don't know, I can't stop yawning. Anyways, but yeah, basically it would like, trick the game into thinking that you had sulfur, like a sulfur cave like minecart chest. Like I did that, and I did that for like the entirety of the mine shaft that was there, bringing it into the sulfur cave. Not a single minecart chest gave me bounce. I was so disappointed, and I just realized this entire time. I'm a dork. It's audio, and I didn't have my audio on. Granted, I mean, do I really want to have my audio on? Probably not, because it's all you're gonna hear. Anyway, so this is what I've been up to though. Mainly messing around with the villagers and all that fun stuff, trying to get them. Oh, so loud and so annoying. All that. Yeah, trying to get their trades down to just 1 emerald, yada yada. Basically, the normal Minecrafter stuff. I tried to get him down lower, but his piercing just didn't go down lower. I don't know if that's normal, but I don't know. I don't fully comprehend that. Also, some of these villagers, I'm pretty sure, are glitched and they have permanent hero the village. I don't know why or how, but I'm not complaining. Can I stop being so bad for more than 2 seconds? Anyway, but so oh man, I guess yeah, I should have explained that a little bit better with this giant hole. So basically, this is the very, very beginning of a massive mega project where this hole is going to go down until like -40 for a while. That's why it's going down there, and it's just gonna keep going down. Thankfully, there's a ravine going through it, but like not much of it. So there's still so much work to do. But the reason why it's gonna go down to y negative level 40 is because down here I want to build like the slums, so to say, and I'll give you a little sneak peek of why I want to do that. So basically, the cool part with the slums is, right, the slums will basically be where I have all my villagers kept, not because I think they deserve to live there, it's just because that's where I'm gonna build the trading halls down beneath. But so what the slums is going to do, in particular, is it's going to be a very, very worn down, like basically like overly populated, overly like or like extremely run down, fractured looking like city that's like all grungy and dirty looking. You know what I mean? Like kind of like giving like that type of vibe going. I guess I don't know how to describe it all that well, but basically I'm gonna build something like that down here in this cave. You know, like back in there, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make an artificial sky, and I know you can see it down there. So the cool thing about this technically it's Vibrant Visual Pack, Luminous Dreams, is that when you come down this way, this is what Skulk looks like, and I think this looks so freaking cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this sparingly because I know like just a lot of it, like that is really, really vibrant, really dense, and you know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this mixed with some glass and some other stuff, and I'm gonna make an artificial sky, an artificial night sky in the slums. So it's gonna be basically in perpetual darkness until, man, bro, really thought I didn't see him. Anyways, but it's going to be in perpetual darkness until, now this is where the cool thing happens. I had this all thought out, guys. Like I've been, after like almost 10,000 days in this world, I hoped that I would have this all figured out by now. But anyway, so what's gonna happen is when you get from, you know, like you'll be down here in the slums, like yada, like you know, like artificial night sky and all that fun stuff, and it'll be like that until the giant colossus from up above. Notice how this part here is all mapped out. This is the exact bottom layer of the pond. And so what's going to happen is when that stone colossus rips that giant sword from Zenith, the legendary sword from Zenith out, it's going to basically like concave the ceiling in a little bit, and then it's going to allow for some of that pond to come rushing down in with the water, pouring it down into the slums, and then it's basically going to be the entrance to the slums. You're going to go through the pond, and then you're going to be entered into what's basically like a whole different world. So that's the idea of, also there's slime chunks here, and ooh, is it annoying? Okay. They're making me sad in front of all my friends. Chamber, so that way I can get the amazing weapon known as the mace, because I have that. That was a bit of a massacre. I feel bad for what I just did to those poor things, because my god, it's kind of brutal. So, I'm gonna go put some balls away. And now here's some. Alright. Oh, I'm stuck. Anyways. So, with that being said, I don't even want to think about it. They're just a disaster that hurts my head. Anyway. Well, I'll probably, unfortunately, I mean, it'll probably be the most boring streams of my life, but at least that way I can, hopefully people start watching these. You know, I can get to know others and talk and hang out with everyone. I want to do that. I have a few streams where I just mine this all out. I don't know. That's gonna be not fun. But anyways. So it's kind of the underground, and that kind of explains everything that's down beneath here for now. And the next stop we go is up to the very. So before we go look over at everything over to my right, don't mind this. This is literally just for me being able to view the world in its entirety. A different perspective. I still need to finish that little bit of. Well, no, I don't need to finish that. I just need to put the rooftop there. That way you can get up there, because eventually I want that to be like a little patio area. But anyway, yeah, but a little bit of a different perspective from up top here, looking down and everything. Yeah, I want to show over here. So, hey, this was like from like the first time I ever had. This is like from like the first time I ever had like a Christmas on my world. Like the first time I ever. Man, I'm sorry guys. I don't know why I keep yawning. Um, I do have some coffee with me, so I'm gonna drink some coffee real quick because yeah, coffee is my love language. It's the way of life. It's just so good. But anyway, um, yeah. So basically, over here, I haven't even drank. I haven't took a sip of my coffee yet. How dare I be so dumb? Anyways, um, over here was my starting island. This is where the world all began over there, and I know most people would probably keep that up, yada yada yada. They would keep it because it's like, oh my god, I shouldn't have yawned. The moment I yawned, I knew I was gonna keep doing it. I can't stop doing it now. Anyways, I know like a lot of people probably keep their old build and their old stuff because it's like, it's like a reminder of the past and all that. And honestly, I really don't like my old area at all. And not even in a good way either. I don't like it. I think it looks ugly. I think it's an eyesore, especially when I'm in my city and I can see because my render distance. It's like, oh god, what was I thinking? And I'm gonna get rid of it one day, and I'm not gonna get rid of all of it. I will keep a little bit of it. So I will keep. I'm just gonna do this. So I'm gonna fly over. Okay, this works. Okay, so I don't plan on keeping, or but I don't plan on getting rid of all of it. But like the main thing I plan on getting rid of is this giant platform here. All of that's going away. All of this over here in the middle here, it's all going to be going away, including that weird building. And then basically everything here, including that mob farm, is going bye-bye. I'll probably keep the farm. I'll keep like my little enchanting area over there. I'll keep my first ever house I built over there. But everything else is going away, including all this stuff over here. So eventually I want to clear out everything you see here. And also you can kind of tell the highway was eventually going to go and connect all the way over there too, but I just didn't want it to. Well, I wanted it to, but then I was just like, but what's the point though? Because I wasn't over here anymore. Like I was there's no longer reason for me to be here. When I guess I'll show you guys everything you have to see right now. When I'm just gonna back up and kind of do this in a less spoiling way. Okay. So I was kind of like, what's the point of me having that part of the highway connect over there when I'm never over there and I'm always just over here? And so this is what I've been doing for like the past, I don't know, good maybe 6 years at this point now. It's been a very long time. But yeah. So this is basically like most of the world. I really hope that I can get the give me a second. I'm sorry, my chair is like squeaking. Get up and stretch. Maybe that'll help me stop yawning. But while I wait for that, I'm gonna see hopefully if the geyser will go off in the smokestack. And the smokestack is right up top there. Hopefully it goes off, because that would be so cool to see. Although I might not be in render distance. I don't know. But either way. So this is basically the city. This is what it looks like when it's all lit up. I don't know. To me, I just think it looks so pretty. I know, it's subjective, or I shouldn't say objective, it's subjective. What, what someone might find as being. Oh my gosh, I just named the stream. Listen to me yawn for the next hour plus. I can't stop yawning. It's driving me nuts. Anyway, um, but yeah, but basically it's like, it's very subjective for I guess what people think looks good and what looks good to them versus what looks good to others. And at the end of the day, I'm happy with my city. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm the best builder out there, because I'm not. I see so many builds of like from like other people, and it's like, oh my god, I wish I had their skill, because it's like, man, it's like they just touch Minecraft and they just turn this game to like up an art canvas, and it's just so pretty to me. But I wish I had that talent. I don't say that. I would not say that I do. I love to build. You know what I mean? To me, this is kind of my way of getting out the world that I wish to see one day. And there's no rhyme or reason to anything I build or anything I do. There's no rhyme or reason to basically like I know the way that I'm building my city is kind of like you have like the grand buildings down below with her. If I don't stop yawning, I swear I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna jump off my buildings and I'm gonna dive headfirst into the ground. Oh my god, I can't stop yawning. Anyways, but yeah, a little bit of a story time. You know, to me, I think this world to me is basically a way of kind of showing, getting out the way that I wish the world was at times. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get into my philosophy and politics and all that disgustingness. Honestly, I genuinely don't want to talk about any of that. So I'm just this is gonna be like the one time I do, and it's not gonna be because I'm not gonna belittle anything or say anything against anyone else. You know what I mean? Because that's just not the person I want to be. It's not. It's just not it. To me, I hate that there are people in this world who have so much say and power and control over what we can and cannot do within our lives. Granted, there needs to be rules, there needs to be laws. That's one thing. But to have the say over who lives, who dies, and all that fun stuff, which is not fun, don't get me wrong. It's just, that's just the way of summing it up. But to me, it's so heartbreaking, and it's hard to grasp that and accept that that's our reality. And so to me, this world is my escape from that. It's my way of being free from why this world, as beautiful as it is, as magnificent as it is to be able to live day by day and to actually get that chance to wake up, you know, this world is my escape from the bad that still exists within the good. Because unfortunately, without or but you can't have good without having bad, and vice versa. Without bad, you cannot have good. So I hope I'm going to and die. Thank God I found myself just in the nick of time. Anyways, that was close. But yeah. So basically, this world is just my way of feeling. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. I can't stop yawning. But this is like my way of like letting out the inner me and letting that person shine. You know what I mean? So, and I hope other people can do that too, because it's kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna probably yawn one more time, and then I'm gonna drink some coffee, and then we're gonna get right back to streaming. Well, not streaming, but me kind of showing you around. I'm gonna still be streaming, I'm just gonna be AFK for like less than a minute or something like that. So give me 1 second there, guys. Okay, well, that's interesting. I got that's weird. I got a log. See, my microphone is unmuted, but there has no signal. Well, since it's the first time for everything, no. I hope this is working correctly, because if it isn't, I'm gonna lose my marbles. Anyway, so coming off of the highway, you come up from the little water elevator there. You come over here, and then you basically get introduced to the tiered part of the city. So the tiered part of the city is basically where the city all begun. Technically speaking, the thing that actually started this city was this little bridge here, so I guess I'm gonna show you that. I love it to death because like the first time I ever did that was like super detailed. You know, I was like really trying to put in all that effort and all that fun stuff. But you know, man, I think this bridge took me like 6 hours to build or something ridiculous like that. It took me so long. I really want to make it look nice, but I'll show you the problem with this one. Basically, what this is, it's supposed to be like a bent, curved piece of like wood with like the bark still on the side, or not wood, but like a massive oak tree basically. And so what, you know, you have like the bark on the outside, and it was just trimmed off into like a plank, but that plank has been warped and bent and all that fun stuff, and some bowing. So you have the main board down beneath, and then you have a little bit of the bark up top with some more of the actual, like, you know, like what would be like the giant thickness of the tree, but just trimmed down and put these spikes. That way the bridge could stay up on each end. But yeah, basically this was like the first thing that I ever did that was like super detailed. Had all these stairs and slabs and trap doors and oh man, the amount of work I put into that was crazy. And then I have all these little lanterns hanging off the side. You have like these little like alcove little shop things that are on the bridge itself. And then you come up over here. And that's what basically would introduce you into the main part of my city. And then this would be the main part of the current city. And then you have basically a little bit of a roadmap of what's around here. You have the residential area there. You have like the furnace stuff up top. You have another residential building there. You have what used to be the place where I would basically just spend most of my time and have all my items in, and it's still the case. It's just a lot more organized. It's not a giant chest or truck monster. Yep, all of my valuables. My guys, there are a lot to them. This over here, I was planning on, also it's the same type of bridge, but it's just very, very straight this time. It's burning down, and you know, basically it's charred in some parts. There's more fire here. And I do have fire stick spread, right? I do have fire spread off, which is like I like to build, and I want to use fire for my builds. Kind of reason why. I guess I could turn that off now, or turn that back on once you get rid of the fire, but whatever. Yeah. And then you have like this part over here, it's like kind of like holding up this really, really charred piece of the bridge and all that stuff. But yeah, the bridge is completely charred in some portions, and it's also on fire a little bit. And yeah, that would basically then bring us over here. This was what I was going to do before I started building the city. I was going to build a massive mansion, and kind of in the style of what Green was doing for Hermitcraft. I thought that mansion was so beautiful. I'm like, oh man, I would love to build something like that. But there's a funny story behind this building. And also you can kind of see, like, you know, like the detailing. I was starting to get into detailing. I was starting to make like some like massive stuff and try to make it like, I was really trying to make it look good this time around for the first time ever. And also I think the funny thing was too, I even put effort down here into making a little bit of like a rock face just for this part, and I was eventually going to transfer that all out, but I just didn't do it. But anyways, so this is the funny thing. I guess I'll show you. Well, I'll show you this afterwards. Now, first off, I don't know what I was thinking with this floor design. I just not the biggest fan of it. Granted, it looks a lot different, and looks a lot different when it comes to just normal vanilla versus having luminous streams on. But here we are. Up here, it's just basically the outline of what this was all going to eventually be. There's so many doggos. Yeah, okay, they are out. Interesting. I remember them being online or whatever. Dark Prison Marine. Oh. This is on the Dark Prison Marine farm. You guys can only imagine how much of a pain that is to get. So anyways. So down here, this is the funny thing, okay? So I built up like this geometric, it's very symmetrical. Very symmetrical, but both sides are like the same, like they have like the same amount of stuff going on each side. And I can just do this. So as you can see, it's very symmetrical shape, right? Same pathways, same everything. Just this massive mansion, okay? So the funny thing about this was, right, I built all this, I did the entirety of the second floor, I started the third floor there was what was going to be, but you also have the basement down, but I want to show you, I was so proud of this. This is a little kitchen area I had going on. You have, what would be like, which I don't know why spruce wood, refrigerator, now that I've been thinking about it for a long time, more 2 seconds, but yeah, this was like a little kitchen, yeah, I really love the amount of like lighting and like the mood and the atmosphere. I don't know, I just really like this kitchen. You have like the messed up floor down beneath, and you have like this weird like white furry carpet looking sort of thing. I don't know. Like I put a lot of thought and detail of this, and this was back when I first started to like try to build. This was like my first attempt at trying to build. Like I was like a good builder, you know what I mean? Like I was really trying hard. And then I went over here and I built this little like crimson room, which I think looks pretty cool. Granted, it's a little bit weird, but it has some charm, it has some merit to it. It's its own thing. I don't know why someone put that up, because that's not meant to be up like that. But yeah, okay. Yeah, you got like the little chairs here, kind of just peering out into the distance and all that. Not the greatest, but not the worst. Anyway, I'll quickly show the basement. This is where my base of operations used to be for quite some time. Until again, I moved it all into the city, and then this place just basically became run down. Obviously, there's a creeper explosion there. There's a creeper explosion here. There's a creeper explosion here. There's multiple up top in the ceiling here. There's creeper explosions all around. Pretty sure there was others somewhere else, but yeah, like there's a lot of stuff that was messed up in here because of all that. This is gonna be like a weird like end thing that I was gonna do down here. I don't even know why. And honestly, I don't even remember this foot down here, so I'm gonna go down here quick. Basically nothing. Interesting. Okay. So with that being said, I don't know what all I'm doing, or what all I was doing, I'm trying to do. Anyway, so yeah, and then you had like this, this pathway that would walk out from underneath the mansion, and basically this is like, you can fly off from here, or go that way. But yeah, like this used to be like my base for quite some time, until I, decided to just focus 100% on the city. But not this weird fire thing. I don't even know. There's so much stuff. There's so much stuff. garbage. No, that's what I meant. But anyways, this used to be like where I would store all my shulker boxes, and lo and behold, there's one shulker box left, and I need to eventually sort that out and put it away, because I really don't like having a giant mess anymore. It's such a pain to deal with, so I'm trying not to allow that to happen again. Anyway, over here have the Striders, which, my god, what that is. So, this is supposed to show you. I still have yet to, show this nicely. So, I just want you to understand my suffering here, okay? So, you have Striders here, right? If they get in contact with water, they start to die. So, one can only imagine how I felt when I decided that I wanted to get Striders from there, or from the Nether into there. Well, the thing is, I still have to get that up to do that. But, you ready? So this is my, this is the fun bit. I come here. So over here we have down here another portal. And you know, one would think, you know, right, there's another portal. One would think, right, like, you know, oh, you know, they're just, you know, the shards are basically like just over there, so all I have to do is pop a little bit, get them into the mansion, then they would be safe, right? I need this game to load faster. Yeah, I did. Okay, so this is the Nether. Obviously. I hate this place so much. Oh my god. Man, I do not miss this place at all. Anyways, with that being said, there is a reason why I'm here. If I get the music disc here, that'd be cool. Here, what the hell? Where is it? Oh, there's somewhere. Oh. Stop it. Perfect. Oh my god, I dropped it! Let's go! I got it, guys! Let's go! Let's go! There we go, guys. Look at that. The beautiful music disc known as Tears. I don't understand. Oh my god, I did not mean to hit you! Anyways, man, yeah, I don't know why this one came out when it did. I understand it was for, you know, Chase the Skies and all that fun stuff, but, like, honestly, it does not sound like it for a summer update. It sounds like more like it would have been for, like, a Halloween update. Oh my god, I got another weapon! Oh my god, look at that, guys. Super talented, and I got two of them. Good. Good, good, good. Built different. Not really, I'm actually garbage at this game. 9 out of 10. probably didn't work because I was gonna I know you don't mind. Cause, oh my god. Why is there so much stuff? Oh my god, I forgot how just miserable the Nether is. Oh my. Oh great, oh great, oh great. Can you all just leave me alone? Please, I'm an innocent tragic trying to get by. And in a not so innocent world. Okay. Alright, we're gonna get out of here and eat some food. Oh my. Why are there so many mobs? Can I stop being on fire for more than 2 seconds? Okay. Note to self, I really hate the Nether. Kind of not surprising, but you know. I really don't like this place. I really don't like it. Okay, so the reason why we went to the Nether is I want to show you where we spawn. So notice that I am nowhere near that Nether portal that was in the city. I am currently way over yonder by my old base. So basically, oh, why are so many zombies? Anyway, so basically though, in order to get my Shriders from, the Nether into over there, I literally had to travel from back here. I'll get rid of that. From back here, and I had to go all the way over. Here's an old house. And I had to get them all the way over. I had to get them up. Basically, what I did was I got them over the mountain. I brought them over here. And then I walked them all the way up this little mountain. And then right here, you have a staircase, right? Eventually, you have a staircase that would lead into here. And now you were like in like the old section of my world where like a starter house over here, you have a farm here, my enchanting area there, and my failed mob spawner did nothing. You also got mushrooms that I brought from a mushroom island. That took forever to get here too. But anyways, and then I had to walk them all the way from back there, all the way over through, and then over here, you have this little dirt pathway, and then I would walk them up this way, and then I would walk them across this stone mountain, and there was at one point a little dirt pathway that would go from this stone mountain over here, like elevated, and it was like right around here, and where it led over this way, and there used to be a little bit of a cliffside right over there, right within basically the new spawn building, and that would lead you up top there, and then you cross the bridge into the city, and then cross that final bridge to get into the mansion, and then that's where you would then end up having the ability to go down the basement and put the Shriders there. I had to bring 2 of them over doing it like that. I wanted to cry so bad. It was so miserable. Granted, it was my own fault, but still. I freaking hate everything to do with stupid mobs. Mainly, that stupid mob in particular. Why do they exist? Why do they exist? Just to harm me. Honestly, I can't torture them enough. That doesn't work. That's not fun. Can I land on the ground? Oh my god. Granted, I know for like a while there I was doing that, but like the moment I started seeing my heart start dropping like that, I was trying to land on the ground and I just couldn't land. I was like stuck in flight, which is so... I don't understand. I have no words anymore, man. I just don't... This game takes my breath away, but not in a good way. Anyway. Well, that kind of sucks now. I need to repair this building. Unfortunately, that's one thing that Bedrock doesn't have yet, and I don't know why they don't. Like, why is it that when a creeper blows up, I don't get all the blocks like on Java? I wish we did. Also, don't ask why this area is made of stone. I genuinely... I don't even know anymore. I don't know why I didn't like that, but whatever I did. Oh... Cobble now. Oh, there we go. And I just need some spruce for that. Not too bad. Anyway, so what we're gonna do now, I showed that off. Show off the mansion. I'm gonna show off the rest of the cities. I'm probably gonna stop streaming for today. I want to get like the introduction of streaming, see how this went. Went well, my audio captured correctly, then I'll be happy. If not, then oh boy. Anyway, so this is the tiered city. There's something very special about this. Obviously, I know I should be showing you around the base layer down here first. I guess we're gonna go up. I think we're gonna go up, and then we're gonna go over to the islands, and then we're gonna go to the other section. And then I'll be kind of ending this tour for today. Anyway. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's go up top here. So you also have just a lot of graffiti, a lot of greebling everywhere. It's kind of, you know, making the city feel more alive than what it actually is. Since most of the time it's just me, but that's besides the point. So let's do it. I hope this works. It should. I won't, but we'll find out. Okay. By the way, this is my favorite music that's in the game. I'm not biased at all. This is just the best one. Bounce is up there though. I really like Bounce. But anyway. So, yes, we're on to the tiers. Why did I say this? This is an auto cheat player in there, so the city got some vibes, you know? This is where I used to have all my music stuff playing from, but I have the automatic one. I just do it every winter now. I need to mix around with it. It's got more buildings, I need more rocks. Got more buildings, really nothing of all that much important. It's kind of really has some of the magenta interior, but it doesn't have the white wool. This one, or like this one doesn't have white wool, and that one doesn't have white wool. It also contains a lot of wool. This one has all the white wool. It has the pink glass blocks, and it has the white glass block. You have the white glass one, and then you have pink stained glass and also white stained glass, basically making it look like tall colors. That's like the end of the box. This was before they even had it. So I was doing this way before they ever planned on adding it. But so that's like the finished box tree, and then the rest of them will but anyway, that Berkeley Grant one is basically meant to just house this giant thing but looking up, looking down at the woman on the end, looking at the bottom, the top end, more buildings up here, you have a big little fighter jet, you have the billboard. You also have these glass pathways. Now, glass pathways are pretty cool because they allow you to go from the very bottom of the city all the way up to the very, very top, and they allow you to go anywhere else in the city. You don't have to follow the staircase. One is over there, and the other one is right there. So you don't have to follow the staircases in order to travel up the city. You can use these glass pathways that will just lead you up and bring you to where you want to be. And they intersect each other. They're just kind of fun to just kind of run around. I guess I think this one suits this part of the city so much more better. Also, it might just be me. I've had people for that, but it just, I don't know, it's just not my favorite. It sounds like you were looking at the brand really good. The Christmas box is kind of like, and then, we're gonna go and we're gonna see this pathway, it leads you straight down to the bottom, and it leads you right down to there. So if you decide to go up it, you can come this way, and you can do it instead of taking the stairs here, go up top, and take the holographic road, and then you can just come all the way up. And so good. You have, again, another building over here, some more random buildings and stuff like that. I'm here for like the retro, really pioneer. You have, like, eventually going to be the library. Precipice might be a little bit too loud. Hold up, let me turn that down a little bit. I know I'm vibing with it, but I feel a little too loud. I'm not gonna lie. Here, we'll turn it down to 70. That might still do it. Do basically anything. I don't know how I feel about that audio. Go to 40. Let's hold it back. Anyway. Okay, 50 is a dynasty. The rest of the buildings are this kind of buildings really don't play that much importance. But building is this way. Now let's go where you can get extra real quick. But another area you can only access unless you have a library. Normally areas kind of like this. These highlighters. Let's do something up here. And now you have this itty bitty little picture in here. Which overlooks the skyline of the city. Or is the tier portion of the city. Also a massive diameter sign, you have all these little things hanging out. And one of my favorite things I've ever built. You have this giant, basically inflatable, this inflatable right next to the giant satellite tower. So now if we come down this way, okay, you have the giant cherry blossom. The other one's in a high built my cherry blossom tree. The base of its dark oak slowly blends up into spruce. It's like non-strict and also more than non-strict and then also spruce. And then spruce pillars, clouds, and all that fun stuff into spruce. And then eventually I break it off into oak, and then the oak I use the pencils for in order to get like new leg branches and stuff like that. That's kind of how I break my tree up a little bit. But once you're done with all this stuff up here, what you do is you're going to first and then you can place it on it. Slowly start heading up until you make it to the very tippy top of my city. Right now the path went from being a light blue to a darker blue, phasing then into orange, and it stays as orange. And the cool thing about this is orange signifies the rooftops, but the cool thing is you can fly through there. There's a giant billboard here, there's a giant massive radio antenna, and then you also have like this little concept. This is like a little factory thing, but like basically there's like a little bit of like a smokestack stuff going on, I guess, for like maybe like centrifugal carry. Yeah, the guys are spewing out some smoke. So that's basically this main section of my city here. I'm down this way now. Down to the very bottom, you have my blue cherry blossom tree here. First one I ever built, and the one I know it's like an hard to intend to really cool. But if you go this way, yes, I do have this sign here. I don't want anyone messing with like the foliage, the grass, and all that stuff here. It's all specifically done for a specific reason. But yeah, choose not to touch these floating islands. But if you come out this one, now more of the same thing. The reason why I don't want people touching my floating islands is because over here you have what I like to call the blossoming island of everlasting memories. And on this tree, I know it's kind of hard to tell, but there are the names of everyone that means something important to me within life. Maybe my online friends, my actual friends, or my family, or even my pets, their names are forever engraved on this tree. So I don't really want to show that because I don't want to, kind of dox my friends. I would feel like a bad person if I did that. So we're gonna not do that. So, yeah. But either way, it's basically the whole idea behind this tree is to show, my love and support for everyone who's been there in my life, will continue to be, because that means the world to me. Anyways, that's basically the idea of this tree, is the premise. Do now this ways. You got more paper lanterns. Up there you had like the British sushi restaurant that I showed a little bit earlier, and this would be the gardens. Most of these buildings are just facades; they don't house anything, so it's not really that big of an ordeal. Yes, I don't know how to feel about this area. I like this beginning part of walking down here. It's really nice and cozy, but then you get back here and it's like, hey, hi Sebastian, but it's like, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it all that much. Maybe because of this building. So like, I might change some things around. Might not. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll just have to see. But this is also a willow tree, by the way. I was so proud when I made that. And over here, be more of the same. Not really much going on. I don't know why here. Anyway. But over here you have like a little bit of like a farm area. Oh, I just ran into that. You have more housing. There's just a lot more housing that doesn't really do much of anything. The only other cool thing in this area is this down here. It's literally a little garden area for the area known as the gardens. So I plan on doing that more often, like everywhere else, but that's just going to take a lot of time. So right now, it is what it is. Gardens is definitely nowhere near done yet. In comparison to everything else, the garden needs about like 5 years of work at least. So it's going to take forever, but I think it'll be worth it. So, anywho, I guess that's all I kind of wanted to show you show you guys for now. So I hope you enjoyed my world, and I hope you guys can come back and watch another video of mine. Maybe I'll stream again tomorrow. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'll kind of figure it out as I go, and we'll figure this thing out together. So until next time, there, guys. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you next time. See you guys.